ladies and gentlemen, today we've got Paco Craig. How you doing?
Good, good, very good, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. For the people that don't know you, just give us a little brief introduction of yourself.
All right, man. Yeah, my name's Paco Craig, born and raised in London. I'm 27 right now, even though I look a lot younger, I know. I'm surprised you guys, but I played football growing up at West Ham until I was 18. So I had my education there as a kid, and then I didn't get a pro there. Managed to find a Conference South team to play for a year. Then went over to America for university. After I got my degree, I signed professionally over there and played for 4 years. And that's where I am now. Yeah, I'm a right-footed centre back, brown eyes.
All right, cool, man. Let's wheel it back. So, talk us back into your West Ham days. How did you start football in the beginning? Yeah.
To the whole, I think it was just my dad got me into it. It's just really simple one. Like he had us like doing football from a young age, and I don't know if it was whether he like got us to do loads of things, but we were quite good at it quite quickly. Like us, me and my brothers, we were quite coordinated in that. So when you're good at something when you're young, you just want to keep doing it because it's fun, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think it just started off like that, quite innocently, just like it was good at it. My dad got me into it from young, pretty much.
That's good. So how did you start off Sunday League or did you go straight into West Ham?
No. So yeah, I just played for my schools. I always knew I was good, but I didn't really know what else was out there. So whatever team I was playing for, like my school team, I thought that was the best team, you know, you could be on. And but I had a lot of success with my schools, like even my primary school, like we would win the little tournaments we played in. And then from my secondary school, like in year 9, we won the national cup, which was
I
cool.
remember that.
Yeah, so like we did well there too, and it was playing for your district as well, Barnet district, and your county, Hertfordshire. So I was playing under the kind of those sorts of teams growing up, and then when I was 14, after we'd won the national cup with my school, that a scout from West Ham asked me to come, and actually just before that, a scout from Tottenham actually got me to go to Tottenham, and I was there for the 6-week trial.
Yeah.
And at the end of the 6 weeks, they didn't take me. So then afterwards, a West Ham scout said, "Come to West Ham," and that's when it kicked off.
True. How did you enjoy being at West Ham? And who was like there that I would remember? Or you would remember?
Well, like in the first team when I was
in the
young.
first team and even younger, because obviously most of the guys are like playing now.
Yeah. So I mean, I remember watching like Carlton Cole, or like Scott Parker. I even got to train with him a couple of times. People that were on the team, Kieran Dyer, when he was there. Matt Upson at centre back, English centre, Rob Green. So like I was seeing a lot of those guys, you know, a lot of characters. But from my age group, there's a few boys who play like Championship and League One football still now.
Yeah.
But they're not too well known, but they're good footballers, man. Like at Luton, there's a few West Ham boys. There's a guy George Monker.
Yeah, I remember.
Monksy. He's I mean, always technically great.
Yeah.
And then like left back, there's a guy Dan Potts who was a year below me, who plays for Luton, and then Elliot Lee, I think, as well.
Oh.
So and then one striker I like though, year below me was Rob Hall. He plays now for Oxford United. He's a sick little striker, man. So I think a lot of the boys actually that were there had a lot of talent, and unfortunately, I don't know the way West Ham were doing things, but they didn't really like nurture and push through the good ones. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. Do you know? It's actually mad. When I was at Luton, Elliot, I think it's Elliot Lee, came on loan like when I was still like maybe like a scholar.
Yeah, you remember him?
Yeah, but he was a joke. He would just finish everything.
Yeah, he's just like a stocky boy who just wrapped himself around anything, innit?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, he was sick, man. Yeah, there was a lot of good players, bro. It's a shame that they didn't really go further. I think one of the best ones too at West Ham, my age, was a boy called Sebastian Leggett. He's an attacking midfielder, but he never really got the time to play proper first team. So now he's gone back. He's American. He went back to LA, and he's just killing it. He's been killing it for Galaxy like for a few years now. But he was a baller as well, man. So like there was a lot of good boys there.
How was it coming up in terms of like the rank? Because I was speaking to one of my boys, and he was at Luton, so he was saying how like maybe at the smaller like academies you get more time to grow, but at the like bigger ones, whereas West Ham, Arsenal, the ones that were producing a lot of like players who are now playing up, it's more like a conveyor belt. If you're not doing well, you get replaced. Like, how was it at that?
I would say it's hard to say because you always feel like you could have done better. Like
Yeah,
you always, so you don't want to just say, oh, it's like because of this or that. But you did get a sense that the ones who weren't quite doing it right or were like just a little bit away from being like really great, they didn't necessarily want to spend. They didn't use a lot of time to nurture those ones. It was like if you've got it, then you've got it, and you're going to go through. And the rest of you, like, good luck to you almost. It did feel like that a little bit. But you didn't like. I don't really know. I haven't got too much other to compare it to, and most industries are quite harsh anyway. If you want to try and do something, there's always going to be a bunch of humans who get in your way, at any step of it. So,
yeah, true.
it was alright though. I mean, it felt like that, but I'm not too salty about it. So.
True. Did you say you done your scholarship there as well?
Yeah, I was there till I was 18. I had a few good. I used to be with the Resis a little bit every now and then as well.
Yeah, how was that experience?
It was good, man. Like, it's another thing is not a lot of people like mentor you. Even players, like older players, could like help out the younger ones a lot more if they sort of put their arm over them and like help them out a bit. But when you kind of go up there, you just have to be with it. You have to be up to scratch, like from
Yeah,
day one. So it's competitive like that. It's a bit nerve wracking, but at the same time, I mean, anytime I got an opportunity to play with them, it was incredible. It was always where you wanted to be because things were just happening quicker. Like the ball was being served to you better. Everything was
yeah,
just like ramped up a little bit, and like it feels good. It's like you want to be in that environment because then you can like feed off of it, and then in no time at all you'll be able to like run it, play with them at that level.
yeah, true. So talk more about that when it's like the kind of arm around you. Was that like across board, or was there like still a couple players that would help out the youngsters?
Yeah, there's always a couple. There's definitely always a few good guys who try and make you feel comfortable, even if it's just by saying hi or letting you like sit with them on the bus or something. But that's not like the overall culture. Those are like just one or two individuals, and then like the kind of the culture is like just you're expected to be ready to go from a
Yeah,
kid's age, and some kids are, to be fair, but some need a little bit extra time.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's mad. So obviously you did manage to get the pro after. Why America? Why the move? Oh no, no, actually, before that, how did you want to go back into like maybe like 23s or something, or were you forced to go like non-league?
Uh, I went to a few coaches helped me out. This is when I realized that like it's just like a small world, and that if you kind of have a relationship with a coach, like that can pay off a lot. Because I had like supposedly had an agent at the time helping me out who was giving me a lot of waffle about how things are gonna go and everything, and like what he predicts for me. But like when I got released, like he was scrambling and like didn't have anything really, and I guess I needed to give him more time. But I was obviously at the time I was a bit pissed. But one gaffer who was at West Ham, he helped me like go to one or two decent clubs like Sheffield United and Gillingham. But for various reasons, they didn't work out. Like one of them, they already had a centre back, and then for Gillingham, the gaffer and the assistant coach got fired. That like when I was talking to them, so I never heard from the club again. so
Yeah,
so like I was getting helped out in that sense, but then eventually like I didn't have much, and then I got lucky that a friend of mine was at Bishop Stortford, who were in the Conference South at the time,
yeah,
and he got me in there for the time being. But to be honest, at that time period, that age, you're kind of lost. Like you don't really know where to go or what to
yeah,
do. Like you don't feel like that's what I mean. Like if there was a mentor person at that moment in time, they could like really help you get your head screwed back on. But I was lost. I would have gone anywhere. So that's why I was doing 1 year of non-league, and it wasn't good. I didn't enjoy it. I was spoiled, to be honest, from being at West Ham. So like playing non-league was like I didn't really know what to think about it. I was ignorant that you could build your way up. It was more like if I get injured or something, like this is like dog shit basically.
yeah,
So I didn't feel good about it at the time, and so that's when my mom just suggested going to a university in America, and based off like recommendations from other players around me and stuff like that who would say, yeah, if I could have done it, I would have, and stuff like that. I just started thinking about it and saying, screw it, man, this might be like at the very least, it'd be a great experience. You know, I didn't mind just like jetting off halfway across the world when I was young, just to see what would happen, you know?
Yeah, true. Let's wheel it back a little bit. How
Yeah.
was your experience non-league, like properly?
It was funny. It was pretty jokes because the first time in my life that you're playing for points, like with men, first of all, so that's exciting. And then you've got like, you know, like 800 people come to the game, like 1,000 fans, you know, loyal. And so like it was like a really amazing experience in that sense. But then our gaffer, I won't name him, but the gaffer we had in the beginning was horrendous, and he was a goalkeeper. He was a former goalkeeper. And like unfortunately goalies, I've yet to see like a really good one except for Nuno, which is mad. So he's an anomaly. But we were doing so bad that like he would argue and be swearing at all our fans at the end of the game, like they're abusing him on the pitch, and so he's just abusing them back. Like and like it was obviously the players are like just getting on with it and half joking, not really taking it seriously. So like all of that was really eye-opening for me. But then a new gaffer came in who like had a good assistant coach who was drilling us hard, and we brought it back up and like ended up finishing. We were like in relegation and we ended up finishing like 10th halfway through the year. So yeah, that was a cool, like to even just be part of that was nice as well. It felt good. And we even had Dwight Gale was our striker, who was on loan from Dagenham and Redbridge at the time. Right. And he was just banging in goals for fun, really, once the new gaffer came in and got things sorted out. Oh. So, so that was like, it was a cool experience. Like, that's why at the time I was lost. But really, when I think back to it, like, it was a good time. And we were quite a young team. And we had a good vibe about it, man. But obviously, like, the pitches and some of the away games and some of the travels and that were, like, horrendous. But like, I didn't mind too much because it was my first year. Everything was new and exciting. I could definitely see if I'd have stayed around for like 5 or 6 years, like it would have worn you down. You know, you'd have been like, can't do this for another year. You know what I mean? Like, and then, but you still go out. Obviously, you still lace them boots up. It doesn't matter, does it? You need that football.
I know.
Leroy, what are you taking?